What's going on, guys? I hope you're all having a great day today. Super exciting because it's going to be one of the best upgrades we've done to the truck yet. Now, we got the Steed Speed exhaust manifold thrown on the truck today, and as you guys know, Steed Speed, best company out there when it comes to exhaust manifolds. There is a ton of arguments and opinions in the diesel world, but when it comes to exhaust manifolds on these 24 valves, everybody agrees across the board, Steed Speed, absolutely the best. The engineering and the quality of work that goes into these manifolds is second to none. The longevity, they last the longest. They got a really good coat on them that never fades or goes gray or anything like that, and plus they put out a lot of power and push a lot of air into the turbo that came in last night. I'm looking at it right now. I'm very excited to put that turbo on, but in order for us to run our big boy turbo, we definitely got to have a big boy exhaust manifold. So when I was first looking into exhaust manifolds, I always asked my brother what his opinion is, and I asked you guys what y'all's opinions are, and everyone recommended the Steed Speed across the board. I looked into it, did my own research, of course, and it looks like definitely that is the way to go. So I picked up the Steed Speed exhaust manifold. Couldn't be happier with it. We're about to throw it on today, guys. I'll show you a closer look at what it looks like.
I come from a town where most of the people are so close-minded. They go into school and they work in a job, but they don't even like it. I won't be put in a box. Nobody telling me what I should rock. Nobody telling me what I should drop, because I do what I want and just know I don't stop.
So right off the bat, I'll share with you guys my 3 favorite things about the Steed Speed manifold and why I went with it. 1, lifetime warranty. You can't beat a lifetime warranty. They are guaranteed to never crack, which is super important. 2, we have these ports on the top side of it, and I will not have to tap into this manifold to get my EGT readings for my ISPRO gauges, so that's also very important to me. And then of course the airflow that this thing is going to provide is second to none, and it's just going to last us a very long time. And the coat on it is just, I mean, just the feel of it is really nice, and just very quality work. For your bolts that connect the exhaust manifold to the head, you're just going to use the stock bolts, so make sure you do not throw those away. But it also comes with a little bit of hardware. Of course, your gasket that connects your turbo to the exhaust manifold. It comes with the new bolts that connect the turbo to the exhaust manifold at the flange, and then it gives you all new gaskets going from the exhaust manifold to the head. So that's very important too. And of course you got your new washers, lock washers, and nuts for the bolts as well for the turbo. So got all our hardware. Like I said, make sure you keep your old ones, your old bolts from your stock exhaust manifold. I'll give you kind of a top look of it. This is the top side of it. Gives you a nice little Steed Speed logo right there on the top. But with that said, guys, we're going to jump right into the install. So we're getting ready to install the new manifold. Just got to do a couple things to prep the installation first. I just wanted to give you a side-by-side between the stock one and the T4 Steed Speed manifold. The biggest difference is the coating on it, the ports on top, and the T4, and of course the actual shape of it for better airflow as well. These are known to crack pretty easily. I'm actually pretty lucky that this one, I mean, the truck only has 168,000. I'm not saying they're going to crack at 168,000, but I'm sure this one probably didn't have too much life left in it. So it's going to be a really good upgrade for the truck, guys. Also, just wanted to quickly show you the turbo. This thing probably didn't have too much life on it. It's probably not even worth rebuilding, but I don't know. It doesn't have any play to it. You know, it's still nice and spool up. It'll spool up to about 20 pounds, but that's all it pretty much is good for. But to prep our install, we're going to go ahead and clean these bolts off, because like I said, we're going to reuse these bolts, and the last thing we want is to have nasty old bolts on a brand new shiny manifold. So what we're going to be doing is getting some wire brush parts cleaner, cleaning these things off, making them look really nice. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put some high heat black spray paint on them to make them look nice and new. And then we're going to put some high heat satin clear on them to make them look even better and even shinier. Then we're going to put some anti-seize on all of our bolts, because when it gets heated up really good, if we want to do maintenance or whatever, any reason that we might need to take the manifold off, we'll be able to do so easily with the antifreeze on it, or the anti-seize on it. So without further ado, we're going to jump right into prepping our install.
4 in the morning, they snoring. I'm pouring my soul into every story. I'm writing, producing, I mix it, I master. I'm building my craft and I'm not looking back. I've been going doing things I want to do when I want to. Everybody want to get away, but they not do. Everybody want to copy you, but they not you. Everybody want to be cool, but they not new. Whoa.
Alright guys, we got to hit them with a couple more coats, but I'm pretty happy with how they're turning out so far. I think they look really good. They look a ton better than they did, that's for sure. Can't wait to see what these things look like after 2 more coats and the coat of clear. That we're probably going to put 2 coats of clear on here. And then I think they're going to look really, really good. That's a good angle right there of the color that they seem to be. I was probably going to get a little bit darker than that. And hopefully a slight bit glossier than that as well. But I'm really excited about it. I think it looks good. I'll show you guys the results here in a minute. Alright guys, so just hit it with the last coat. They're looking pretty good. I just need to let these things completely finish up drying, and then I'll be ready to put the Steed Speed manifold on the truck. Pretty excited about it. It looks a lot better than the rusty. I mean, they're not rusty, but it was like old and corroded, and they just needed to be cleaned up and shined up pretty good. Now these definitely don't look as good as, like, say, a powder coat, but these cans, like I said, definitely make it look a lot better than it did with like the corrosion and stuff on the sides. So what we're about to do right now, because I know you guys are itching and dying to know what turbo I went with, I'm going to give you kind of a sneak peek, kind of a tease of what the new turbo looks like. So be paying attention very closely because it's going to be quick. I know you guys are itching to know what the new turbo is, so I hope that little clip gives you kind of an idea of what I went with, but at the same time doesn't give it completely away. But right now, like I said, we're going to let these bolts dry and finish putting the Steed Speed manifold on the truck. Alright guys, so first part of this install is to go ahead and plug your holes up and put your studs in. I went ahead and put all 4 of my studs in for my turbo. Now it's pretty simple guys. All we're going to do is one by one, starting from the center going to the outside, is to put a gasket in and then a bolt in, bolt on the bottom. I'll probably put them down to like 25 foot-pounds or so, and then put them at the final 35 foot-pounds after they're all at 25 foot-pounds. And that way I know that I'm pretty much getting even all the way across the board. But we're gonna start this process. It's pretty simple guys, and I'll show you pretty much how I do it throughout the whole way. Oh, also I cleaned off the mating surfaces where the gaskets are going. Make sure you clean those surfaces off really good so that you can get a good seal. But other than that, it's pretty easy install, guys.
I don't need no help, I don't need opinions, so don't waste my time then. I just been living online, my city don't show me no love and that's fine. Fuck local radio stations, I got more plays than all of these rappers combined. I'm going again, I've been going in, I'm fed up with so many things. I gotta just let it all out, I'm talking about the shit they've been talking about. Telling me I should do this, telling me I should do that. Telling me things about rap. Talking the truth and that stab in my back, they will knock me off track. No, too many things have been building, been hard to deal with, I just been drinking. Remember my moves in the past, I'm wondering what was I thinking. Lately I'm living in fear, wondering what if the end is so near. All of this shit going on, the shootings are strong. One shot to the head and I'm gone, I'm losing
control.
control.
Alright guys, so I didn't mention it a second ago, but I think it goes without saying. Of course you want to go ahead and hand start all of your bolts before you go ahead and put them down to 20 foot-pounds. In my circumstance, I'm going to put them all down to 20 foot-pounds, and then I'm going to go back through starting in the same sequence and put them all at 35 foot-pounds. I just feel like that's the best way to do it. And one thing that we're going to have to address is I think this is a coolant line, and since the Steed Speed is a T4, see how the bottom here, I had to take off this bracket right here because it was a little bit larger at the flange, and these bolts are going to end up hitting it. So that's one of the things that I'm going to have to address once I get the turbo in and putting it on, is just this coolant line. I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to run that. Right now I just have a piece of little tape on the end of that bracket so that it's not scratching up that Steed Speed nice paint that it has. But right now what we're going to do is go ahead and put all these things to 20 foot-pounds and then put them to 35 foot-pounds. And I'll check in with you guys when I'm done.
I just been drinking. Remember my moves in the past, I'm wondering what was I thinking. Lately I'm living in fear, wondering what if the end is so near. All of this shit going on, the shootings are strong. One shot to the head and I'm gone. I'm losing control, but I can't let it go, cause I'm trying to get more. And I've been in the moment, I've been in the zone, and I'm moving alone. I don't pick up the phone when my family call. I've been doing it wrong and I don't know what's happening. Trying to get what I just been imagining, getting close and I just been examining.
Alright guys, that is going to complete the installation of our Steed Speed T4 manifold. The craftsmanship that goes into building this manifold, I could only imagine, guys. You really can't explain it unless you put your hands on one of these things. It just feels made the right way. And the gaskets are the same exact way. These things are like super thick. You can tell that this isn't any knockoff material. This is some really high grade material that they use over at Steed Speed. I definitely suggest their manifold, guys, and as soon as we get this turbo up, I can't wait to see what not only it sounds like but how it performs, and that video will of course be next. So if you're new to the channel, be sure you do subscribe. There's a lot of things to come with this build still left to go, and if anything, you're early still because there's a lot of things that need to be done to this truck. And as far as this coolant line, I believe it's a coolant line at least. I don't think it's going to be too big of a deal to reroute it. I just have to lower it a little bit, but like I said, we'll figure that all out once I get the turbo in here and do the turbo installation video. But with that said, that's going to do it for this video, guys. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you could, please do me a huge favor and leave a like down below, because that helps me a ton to grow on YouTube and suggest the video for more people to see it. But I'm going to still try and get that turbo installed in the truck and the 175 horsepower injectors before I go to BLC. I just got word yesterday, I had a brief yesterday telling me that tomorrow or on Monday is going to be an early release day, and I will actually be able to go home from BLC that one day. So Monday, I will still have Monday afternoon and Monday night to work on the truck. So that gives us a lot more time and a lot better opportunity and a lot bigger chances that we'll get this truck done before I officially start BLC. Now, I could always finish it over the weekend, but like I said, a lot of that time is going to be spent with family, but we'll get it all done nevertheless. Like I said, I appreciate you all watching, and I'll see you in the next one. We left the movies with Uzi, Suzuki wheels to the jacuzzi. I tell you my boobies real, yeah. I mean, she do be winning, Louis spinning.